Okay, so have you ever gone on holiday, had a beautiful time, only to return home to a shocking bank statement riddled with fees? Not only did you spend too much money on scuba and souvenirs, but your bank also helped themselves by charging a fee for every transaction. Well, this was the story of my life when I traveled in my 20s, but fortunately, over the past few years, I've discovered that there is a better way. Revolut has been my trusty travel companion for some time now, and in this video, I want to talk to you about why in 2024, I still believe they are the best travel solution. I'll also dive deep into their features and share my own experiences, including the good and the bad. So how you plan to spend your money while you travel is a decision that could be the difference between paying zero fees or having your pants pulled down by unexpected charges. Otherwise known as hidden fees, this is how card providers and most banks profit from your foreign transactions. They give you a crappy exchange rate compared to the one they get, and you're none the wiser. Fortunately, Revolut's exchange rates are about as good as they come, and depending on your plan, you could spend money internationally and never pay a single fee. However, when you do exchange currencies with Revolut or spend money in a foreign currency, there is one thing that you must remember. On the weekend, you will pay a fee, but compared to the industry average of 2 to 3%, this is still pretty reasonable. Now, if you opt to go with Revolut's free standard account, which is great for someone that's traveling just a couple times a year, you get an allotted amount of money that you can exchange each month during the week for free. Now, it varies depending on your country, but in the UK, it's up to £1,000. So let's say you're heading to the US to travel and you want some spending money, you just go to your Revolut app, deposit the amount of money you want for your trip, tap exchange, type the amount you want to convert, select the correct currencies, and tap review order. Once that's done, you've got yourself some US dollars at a great exchange rate, and they're all ready to spend. It's this easy, low-cost way of getting foreign currency that makes Revolut such a valuable choice for travelers. Unfortunately, if you do opt for Revolut Standard, then you will have to pay a fee of 1% if you go beyond that fee-free limit of £1,000 or whatever your currency is. So after that, if you have your native currency in your account, let's just say it's British pounds, and you were to spend money in euros, Revolut would charge you 1% of the transaction. If it was on the weekend as well, you would also pay an additional 1%. But all of this can be avoided because Revolut has plans such as Premium, Metal, and Ultra that offer unlimited currency exchange. So you could have as much as, I don't know, £10,000, let's say, and change it to whatever you want and not pay a fee. Think of this as a financial buffet that's open during the week where the world's currencies are the dishes and you're just given a pass to fill your plate as often as you like without any charge. That is one reason why I choose Revolut Premium. The unlimited fee-free currency exchange is an absolute game changer, but it's also not the only reason. Not so long ago, I spent 48 hours in an American hospital with a pretty bad stomach bug. I won't go into too much detail, but there was a lot of vomiting and other stuff, and it meant that I needed an IV and constant monitoring. As you can imagine, this racked up a huge medical bill which could have bankrupted me, but fortunately I had medical insurance with Revolut. Like any insurance claim, this was a bit stressful, but after going back and forth with the insurer directly, my claim was eventually approved and my medical bill paid for. I appreciate that travel insurance is as widely available as water, but what I love about getting it through Revolut is that as soon as you subscribe to Premium or Metal or Ultra, you're covered. There's no third-party forms or website where you have to enter further details. It's really straightforward and the cover is pretty good, although I should say it may be different in your country, so do take a look. You can do that by tapping the button in the top left-hand corner of the home screen, click your plan, upgrade, and just tap insurance documents at the bottom. From here, you can dive into this thrilling document called full coverage wording and find everything you need to know about their travel insurance. And if you haven't yet got your Revolut account or Premium is starting to sound quite interesting, Revolut are giving Monito viewers 3 months for free, so you'd get the unlimited currency exchange during the week, as well as travel insurance and a few other things I'll talk to you shortly about for absolutely nothing. 18 months ago, my wife and I took a trip to Sicily and booked 3 of the hotels we stayed at through Revolut Stays. This was one of them, in fact. out in the suburbs of Noto. It was a beautiful place, although I wouldn't go back because it was situated next to a motocross track, which never seemed to close. Now, Revolut Stays is essentially a booking system that functions a lot like Expedia or Bookings.com, and it also has a lot of the same accommodation, except Stays can be the cheapest of the bunch, especially when you factor in the cashback that you get when booking. This little green icon indicates how much you'll get, and it increases depending on the plan you have. But one thing that's important to mention, on many occasions, I have found accommodation to be cheaper elsewhere, especially if you book direct. So definitely cross-check Revolut Stays with the accommodations website and Google. But what I love about this is the convenience. You can book your accommodation, get your travel insurance and money all in one app and under one umbrella. Except when you find your umbrella has a hole in it and you get rained on. Last year, someone fraudulently accessed my Revolut account, attempted to withdraw funds, and they also tried to initiate some payments as well. Fortunately for me though, Revolut somehow knew that the person accessing my account wasn't me, and they quickly put a hold on it. And I've got to hand it to Revolut. Their security was top notch. However, regaining access took a lot longer than I would have liked. The process wasn't exactly smooth sailing. I had to actually submit a photograph of me holding a piece of paper with a code and the date written on it. Kind of felt like a hostage situation where the person being held captive is like holding up a newspaper. I also had to do this twice because in my first attempt, my hand wasn't visible. But once I'd nailed the photo choreography, I then annoyingly had to wait 5 hours before anyone got back to me. So if I had all of my money in my Revolut account or all of my eggs in one basket and I desperately wanted to make an omelet, I'd be screwed, or you could say scrambled. Stop it, please, I beg you. But I don't want to put you off with this. I think Revolut still did a good job of flagging the incident before anything serious happened. I'm also not the only person this has ever happened to. This person, Boss Bible, had their account paused by Revolut when their iCloud was hacked. Interestingly though, Airbnb, ASOS, and the bank Santander didn't have a clue. That just goes to show the superiority of Revolut's tech security. Fortunately though for me, the fraudster didn't have my PIN or card, so they couldn't get any money from the account or withdraw any cash. Speaking of which, ATM withdrawals. These are arguably a downside to Revolut, especially if you just have standard. You only get a very small amount of money before you get charged and only 5 withdrawals per month. This fee-free limit can increase with the paid plans, except not by a huge amount, and this may be an issue if you're traveling somewhere that's still quite cash orientated, such as Eastern Asia or countries in Africa, such as Morocco. And that's why when it comes to cash withdrawals, this is not a reason why I choose Revolut for travel. There are far better solutions, and if I desperately needed cash, I'd just use my Starling card. It's free to withdraw and I can get up to £300 per day. But what Starling can't do for me, and where a lot of the value lies in Revolut Premium and also its other paid accounts, is the access to subscriptions or benefits like NordVPN. Now I apologize in advance if this sounds like a YouTube VPN advert, because but when you're traveling, public Wi-Fi networks are known for being compromised by hackers, so using a VPN can help keep your data safe. Having that peace of mind, like the travel insurance, all paid for and taken care of each month, is another reason why I choose Revolut as my travel card. It also only costs £7.99 a month, which is a lot less than what most people will rack up in international transaction fees. You know, that's not including the travel insurance and the cashback benefits and the VPN that normally costs around £3 per month. I mean, if you have savings, you could also deposit them in a high interest Revolut vault, which could also contribute to paying for the monthly fee. So the price itself is insignificant if you're going to make the most of it. There's also other benefits that you might be interested in, such as access to Tinder Plus, which comes with the passport feature. Now, I'm a married man, so I can't speak from experience, but this allows you to search for a city or drop a pin and begin liking, matching, and chatting with people. So you could meet someone on Tinder and set up a date before you've even arrived at your travel destination. And if you're feeling lucky, this could be a fantastic way to save money on accommodation. Now, to my wife, Chloe, if you're watching, that is not a reason why I choose Revolut as my travel card, but I can see why some people would. And if that's you, then please click the link in the description box to get yourself 3 months of Revolut Premium for free. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.